I
I
have
don't
no
know.
idea.
No, Olive Garden is like pasta and breadsticks and
Fried
soup.
wine.
Cheesecake Factory is you go there anticipating the different kinds of cheesecake that you can get, like banana cream cheesecake or regular traditional cheesecake or like strawberry cheesecake or Oreo cheesecake, all this good stuff.
I didn't know people in US were so passionate about cheesecake.
Do you know we're like the fattest people ever? We eat cheesecake all the time. I mean, I'm not fat.
Right, right.
Other people.
Yeah. I'm all the way down on the bottom of this slider.
Oh God, when I made my sim, I was like, oh, look how skinny I have to make her.
That's a little bit like self-awareness, like
Yeah.
the just in your face.
Yeah.
Uh,
And I will admit, like I was like, man, look how small I make my boobs. No big fake boobs for me.
damn,
Oh,
reality hits you.
no.
Maybe one day I'll try to do it myself. That's gonna be
You
weird.
can just take like a lot of pictures of around your face.
I don't know if I
Record
can.
all
I
the
don't know if I can make
facial.
the nose that big, but we'll see how far the giant can take you. Uh,
They do like nose rotate, right? So like you can make it down or up, and then you can
right.
make it out.
No,
You
I
can
need
make
to
it
make it like the Fruit Loops bird, but
no,
yeah.
no, toucan Sam.
It'd
Oh
be
yeah,
funny if
but
I could like paint it. That'll be very interesting. So, welcome to the first episode of the SimNation Podcast. This is Fallon right here, as I hope I introduced her before in the YouTube because I haven't, but ideally this will come afterwards. And I'm Pablo. You've heard me probably before in the channel, and we'll talk about that later. And we're just aiming to talk sim or what have you every week on so. Hi, Fallon.
hello.
And I hope you enjoy our conversation about Cheesecake Factory and the Fruit Loops bird, which is totally gonna be in. I'm not gonna cut it out. Oh, and I'm. You know when I said I wasn't gonna drink and eat
Grass water.
and record? Yeah, this is
Pablo loves
grassy
that
water.
grass water.
I don't know if I can. I cannot display in the
Is it
camera, but
is it a certain kind of grass that you put in to make the special grass water?
it is a special. You cannot use it. It's called yerba mate.
Oh, I think
I don't
the
go. I
girl.
don't go to the garden and pick up grass.
Yeah, you go outside,
It's
just
not like,
cutting
oh no,
grass.
I don't know. This has some poop on. Maybe I just, it's not like that.
No, you need fresh morning dew
I
grass.
need I need exactly. I,
I
I'm
think I'm
I'm waiting for the
too
neighbor's
scared,
dog to yeah.
too scared to drink grass water.
Yeah, but it's good. It's good for you. um. So well, I already posted one video talking about the cast. Everyone's talking about the cast thing.
So
Create a
it's the only thing
sim.
we can do right now. Well,
Well, yeah.
some of us can do right now.
True. It's only
Not
for
everyone
those
has.
who pre-order. Apparently, that's the
Oh,
filtering.
really?
That's how they know if they should send you them or not. It's like, yeah, it's
Well,
for some that are gonna be picked, and like, yeah, if you gave
you
us
already
money
spent the
already,
money.
if you
Yeah.
decided for us already, then we already made a sell. We don't care if you get disappointed.
Well, a lot of people think that it will be released on the 12th because of those notes that were in people that already had the demo earlier, and it said something about the 12th. So if that's true and they follow through with that, oh, we got it a week before the
Hmm.
pre-orders. Woo! Spent $60 for an extra week.
Yeah, no, that's of course. But oh well, you know, there are many people complaining about them. Um, no, no, this is good. This is like
Delicious grass water.
no, it's freaking, it's a scone.
Oh, a scone.
Yeah,
He is eating a scone. I don't have a scone.
you
I
have
had
scones.
cereal. Not with me. You want me to just like start eating my donuts? I'm just like
So you feel like there's like a scone and grass water like they don't match. Like one is too fine for the other one. Just
probably
drinking
no. Maybe you
grass.
need some like watercress sandwiches. which I think are bread with like seaweed in them, and you eat it. It's called watercress.
Wow.
Apparently, like fancy people eat that. So, since you're drinking grass water, you just eat grass sandwiches.
Grass. You totally
Anyways,
annihilated my drink.
nice. I guess we should actually talk something about The Sims now.
Yeah, totally.
People think we're crazy.
Yeah. So.
He's crazy. I'm crazy. Just.
Yeah.
Where are you?
You're gonna start watching her Let's Play, and you see how mental it can get, how deep the rabbit hole goes. But
yeah, right. Oh, you should have seen me if I had made one when I was playing Sims 3. So disappointed with mermaids. Not even going to talk about that right now.
Oh, I was really freaked out by the legs. You were fine by the legs, but I was freaked out by the scale legs.
It's so you can tell who's a mermaid or not, so you can hit them up later, and hopefully they'll direct you to the secret like mermaid island, and you can become a mermaid, which never actually happened to me. What?
You can make fishes together.
Make fishes? No. The way it's supposed to
Where's
work
Nemo?
is
He's working at the post office.
you're supposed to like be in the water scuba diving and meet a mermaid, and they were supposed to be friends with them, and then they like show you where the secret mermaid grotto is, and then you get the kelp and you turn into a mermaid. That never worked because my mermaid friend hated my guts and wouldn't show me, but there's like literally nothing to do once you become a mermaid. My sim had to go to work one day, and she swam the entire length of the island just to get to work. She wouldn't go on shore. No, it is not faster.
It's a disadvantage because you have to manually...
It's regular swimming.
Right.
I'm like, no, why? Why? And I already bought the trait so that she'd stay a mermaid even if she didn't get in the water every day. So it's like, whatever. I quit the game after that.
Rage quit.
Rage quit on the mermaid.
Yeah, I didn't play much of that expansion pack. But
the resorts were cool. But yeah,
I wanted to try that. Damn, what happened?
It's a lot of like you pick the most shabbiest resort that's free, and then you have to like get rid of stuff and build stuff and buy new stuff to make it better. And then you get money from it. You get a lot of money from it if you get like a 5-star resort.
Right. You just have like but you have to like get a lot of money before you can even start playing that part.
Yeah, it's like a slow process. You have to wait a couple of days for your sim to start getting an income, and then you like start like swapping out stuff.
That makes sense.
But yeah, it was cool.
You know, the expansion pack that I enjoyed the most out of the Sims 3 was Nightlife. What is it called? I confused them with Hot Date in the first one, and then Nightlife.
Yeah, I think it's called Nightlife. I think they kept that one.
The second one, what was it? The second one?
I think the Sims 1 was Hot Date, and then I think Sims 2 was Nightlife, and this one is also Nightlife.
Also Nightlife?
I think.
We should know that.
Isn't that bad?
Yeah.
Once you download it, you're like, whatever, I don't care what it's called.
But that was a cool expansion pack. I didn't like the vampire thing. Luckily, they eventually let you deactivate that. I really get annoyed with all the fairy and stuff. Like I didn't want to have that in the game.
Well, fairies and witches like were a little cool, but you could only go. They were like hidden levels. You would keep using your magic, and then you'd get like better powers or whatever. So fairy, I never got to be the king of the fairies. I kind of
You can be the
stopped.
king of the fairies?
Yeah, it does something. I don't remember what it does. But it does something. And you can be like so high up in the witch level. I just like started like ice blasting people, freezing them.
I thought I'd be really hooked by the whole being witch or mage or stuff like that. And I wasn't. I don't know why. I was like trying to fly a broom and just spinning around in the area, the only area you can actually use it. And then I was like, oh, yeah, that was Quidditch. And
it's a lifestyle choice. I didn't want to go werewolf because your whole sim becomes like hairy.
Yeah. Yeah. Sounds like waxing would be an issue.
Yeah, you can't even tell like if they're females anymore. Like, oh, my neighbor, and you turn into this werewolf thing.
Kids,
Hi.
don't take cookies from them.
They like crawl and like rummage on the ground. But anyways.
Oh man. No, I didn't like that part, but I did like the nightlife because I guess it was the whole I wouldn't say the getting famous mechanic, but the whole thing that they
Uh,
would call you to like get a drink there and then do this and that. It sort of like kept you moving in the city, and there were so many things like
yeah.
different bars and so on. And what I miss from the other expansion packs that require you to play in other neighborhoods, like say the island. What was it called? The expansion pack?
Which the island one?
The island one.
Island Paradise?
Island Paradise, yeah, that one.
So easy.
Yeah, like I would go there and I was like, yeah, but can I go to a bar? No, there are no bars here. Like, but what if I want to
Well,
play like
like
instruments without? No, yeah, that's only in that one city over there. That is something
instruments.
that I
Well, like
hope.
you can always.
But see, that is something they can fix on The Sims 4, and I think they did. Because now you can go to other neighborhoods. So,
Yeah.
like, if you ever get an expansion pack, say like nightlife, you can you can just play another neighborhood and then go there to experience that content and then go back. That's gonna
Yeah,
be cool.
because you still use your same. It's not like you're making a whole new game. You're
Right.
keeping your Sims,
You can
and they're
still
like
do that.
traveling. I guess
And that was
kind of like
the advantage of say The Sims 2 or The Sims 1, that they would have like those separate neighborhoods. It's
Yeah.
kind of like that. You would go to the superstar area, I don't know, or the nightlife area, and then go back. And but the bad thing is that time stopped. It was really weird. Like some
Yeah.
Sims, you would come back and you were a mess with no energy, no like hunger down to the floor, and everybody was like the day was still like 5 p.m. and you had to go to sleep at 5 p.m. because you were done by then.
you're
And
totally drained from all this
Yeah.
like fun.
it didn't make sense.
Yeah, well,
So hopefully, I know that it's
I mean,
time still goes
although
on.
two, yeah, when you were in Sims 1 and you were like in the beginning, you were just like stuck at your house forever. You
Yeah.
couldn't. That was like, well, I guess I need to buy like a whole gym area and like 40 bookcases just so I can do stuff while I'm at home.
Yeah, it was a
Then
little bit
go to
like
work.
building your dream prison instead of like equipping it
Yeah.
to survive the apocalypse. Because
Yeah, and if you if you ever got tired of your kid, you could just make them do really bad in school and they disappear forever. At the Sims
the Sims 1,
little yeah, the
yeah,
little
because they
boot
would get
camp.
stuck in kids. They would never be like the baby was an object. It wasn't even a sim. It was an object that you would interact with, and then when they would turn into kids and they would get stuck in kids.
Yeah.
forever.
Then it's like, oh well, I hate little Tommy, so he's gonna get a D, and now I'm gonna send him to boot camp, and he'll be gone. Then we can start over with a new
That's so
kid.
funny though. Yeah.
But well, so like Sims 4, as everyone probably knows, is supposed to be like a blending of 2 and 3, where it's not open world, but you can walk around a certain area of the neighborhood. Like maybe the park is one neighborhood, you can walk anywhere you want within the park, but then you
Yeah,
have
that
to
is not
load
clear, is
to
it?
go.
But it's not
It's
clear,
what?
right? Because there are many people saying like, no, it's completely instantiated like The Sims 2. And for what you see, it feels like maybe you have like neighborhoods, maybe smaller, maybe like in The Sims 3, but you can still, go from one place to another by walking. It feels like
Well,
it.
I'll have to see because like some things it's supposed to be both, but I don't know how big the area is that you can walk. Like the park is one neighborhood. It's the sixth neighborhood in the world. So Willow Creek is the world.
Right.
One neighborhood is probably dedicated to the houses. So within that neighborhood, your sim can probably walk next door to another person's house. And then within that like whatever square, whatever the dimensions are. And then so to leave that neighborhood of houses to go to the gym, you have to go through a loading screen.
Right.
But I guess maybe the gym and those.
But maybe
have
that's
you seen
downtown.
yeah, have you seen the world? Have you seen the map of Willow Creek of what it looks like?
No, it's somewhere available.
There, yes. They posted it. Do you go to on the Sims 3 forum? A lot of people, well, a lot of it's hate posts, but there's a post about the picture of Willow Creek. So I wonder if I can find that real quick. But basically, it's broken down into the neighborhoods, and then there's like you can see the buildings that are close. So there's a gym, and I think maybe the library or something. Not the library, but there's two buildings next to it, and I think that is a neighborhood. So you can walk amongst those three buildings, maybe. But I'm not entirely sure because when we saw there's a video of the sim going to the neighborhood with the two gurus like previewing, and I don't think he went anywhere else except for the gym.
Oh, I think I found something. I'll put it on the video definitely, but I think
Yeah,
I found
it's
something. The scheme of Willow Creek fan art and border neighborhood. So it would seem like, yeah, it's split into like 6 parts, and you would
yeah,
have like, right,
yeah.
and like
So
three, four,
each,
5 houses each area.
yeah. So now on the
I have mixed feelings.
yeah, on the map, there's a couple of empty slots, I think, for you to build a house on. And they said somewhere that there's between 1 to 5 empty lots in each neighborhood. So I'm assuming you could put maybe another house there. But it's kind of iffy still because they said you can't edit the community stuff. So I'm assuming that would only mean you can just have more houses
Right.
and
Well,
different parts.
maybe you kind of define new areas to place houses, but you can definitely like just take an empty area and put one there.
Yeah.
Um,
So, because on the map you see
well,
like there's two blocks open right from the beginning for like you to build a
this is
house.
kind of scalable, if you may. Like you can just keep making this like a huge city, if you may, of a lot of small areas, right? And you would never ever get tired. Maybe it's the best of both worlds. I do see it's kind of small, each area.
Yeah.
It's like,
And two, we don't know what the desert oasis map looks like, so we're not sure if they're repeating the same
oh, they're gonna have like a
venues.
strange thing like in The Sims 2 that neighborhood.
Strange Town?
Yeah.
I don't know. The way it is, apparently, okay, so you start off with Willow Creek and Desert Oasis, and they're two completely different worlds. So
Hmm.
your sim can do stuff in Willow Creek, and if they want to go over to Oasis, they can. And then I read that there's like a hidden world. You have to do something in the game to unlock it, but I don't know if it's a full world or just like a little neighborhood.
Hmm.
You have to like it's on the tip. You have to do something with a tree, a viewing tree. You have to click the viewing tree or something like 5 times, and you find this like hidden area. But where is the Google map? Oh, here it is. Okay. I'm like, Google Maps, show me the stupid Willow Creek map so I can look at it and
Wait,
see what
Google
I'm talking
Map?
about. I mean, Google Images
That would be
of the
really
map.
cool.
Yeah. Oh, it's on the world already. Google Images of the map. Yeah, here we go.
Right.
So,
I typed in like Sims 4 Willow Creek map
yeah.
screenshot. That's
Oh,
what I typed.
I tried, but so this map shows little green boxes that are open, and I'm just gonna say that those are for houses. So there's one neighborhood that looks like it's mostly houses. So your sim would probably have the ability to walk around there, and then one neighborhood looks
Uh-huh.
like it's the gym, bookstore. It looks like a bookstore.
Like at the bottom left.
Yeah, the bottom left. There's
Yeah.
there's four buildings there, so I'm gonna assume that's one whole neighborhood, and your sim can walk in between those, and then all the different like groupings. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 7.
Right.
I mean
see.
6, 6,
Yeah.
7. And then when we find out what Desert Oasis looks like, we can see if they're repeating the gym or if it's going to be 4 or 5 different areas. So your sim can just keep going back and forth like to do everything.
Right. Yeah, but I think
Squishing my head.
it's not the headphones.
Yeah, they're like, oh, I want to kill her and crush her brain.
They're like bigger than you, but
Yeah, they're my
nah,
like my DJ. I'm like a DJ. I like mixing it now.
right.
Um, but yeah,
Oh, I was gonna
so
say like I don't know, maybe it's cool because then you can have the best of both worlds.
yeah,
You can have exactly what I keep asking to please. If you're gonna add new areas, let me play it from whenever I am in the game, and this
yeah,
is gonna allow it. They look kind of small, but maybe they can make future areas a
yeah.
little bit larger, and that's it. I'll be like super happy.
They said that they were small, but some people have said the way the map looks, it looks like you can keep adding on all these different worlds
Hmm.
or neighborhoods, like to extend how big the world your Sims get to play in. And
Right.
I mean, Sims 3, personally, the open world was okay, but I'm not one of those Sims. I'm not one of those Sims
I
players
know you're a sim
that
now.
I am a Sim. I made my Sim. I just, I'm not going to show the everybody else what it looks like.
Okay.
I make like the story in my head. I don't
Hmm.
like take screenshots of the story to actually have it like out there. So a lot of people like in the open world, they would have their sim in the car or like doing whatever to have that part of their physical story. I could give two craps less if I'm watching my sim drive from my house to the bookstore.
Yeah.
Like for me, I could just click it and be there and that's totally fine. It was fine with
Because
Sims
it's really what
2,
you need.
Yeah,
Like,
and a lot of space is wasted in the open world. You have all this, it's pretty, but you have all this space that, like, if you were to take all that space away, you'd probably have the same amount as Willow Creek.
yeah, yeah, pretty much. There's a lot of crap
Yeah,
in the middle.
or like
Like,
making your mermaid swim around the entire island just to
right?
get to work.
Just because
That
now she
takes,
can swim, so why take a
yeah.
cab?
Now
Uh,
she's late because it took her 7 hours to get to work.
because of fish pride. But
Fish pride. Not
yeah,
even swimming
fishes.
any faster. Might as well be a fairy. At least they fly faster than people walk.
Oh yeah. Oh, look at that.
See, this is what happens when you don't play supernaturals.
No,
Vampires
that's
run faster, fairies fly faster, witches broom faster,
it's weird. It's like you have like
mermaids swim at normal
fairies.
pace.
Oh man.
It's not when you get to Ice Blast or Fire Blast, your first sim, you'll be like, yeah, I caught you on fire.
Well, somebody really enjoyed that expansion pack. Well, I don't know. I think I don't know. It is true. Like if you're gonna go to a different part of the neighborhood, you're definitely gonna get time stopped then, because there's no
Yeah.
way you can control the other sims in the other areas. Because you're gonna only take like one or two household members, but not the whole family, and then you get the Sims 2 effect, right?
Well, I guess it depends on how far. Like the difference with Sims 2 was
Because
even
loading
though,
screen means the other guys were unloaded, right? On the area you were. Otherwise, why loading screen?
well, because I
You
guess
kind
they
of
tried to.
pan from one side to
I
another.
think
You
their
would get
Sims
like
are
loading
still.
screen by just clicking another sim.
Yeah, yeah. But they said something like you can still kind of maybe interact with the other Sims that are on a different lot minimally. Like you can have them
Hey, is your
do stuff.
simulation paused? Yes. Are yours? No, I'm the active one. Damn, I hate you. Right?
I don't think they're. Well, like say like what if you make one sim go to the gym and then you make the other
Hmm.
sim go to the park? So you're with the sim at the park who's walking around fishing or eating whatever or push-upping on the ground and then your sim's at the gym. I mean, I think they're still doing their own thing. Maybe.
How?
Well, like the difference though, I guess would be like in Sims 2, even though there was aging, it was still kind of like the Sims in your house
Yeah,
aged differently from the Sims in the world. But now you can make everybody age at the same time, or you can turn aging off for everybody, or you can just make your house age.
true. And in the Sims
So I would
4,
think if everything is aging at the same time, then they'd be like simulating while you're not looking at them. Because the Sims
that
are
would be
like
the ideal
walking
thing.
back and forth and
Because otherwise
stuff.
you would have like micromanage 3 days, 3 whole days, right?
Yeah.
Like you would do a whole day, then come back home and it's still 9 a.m. Not for this guy. This guy's
Yeah.
like dead. But the other two haven't done anything yet. Like,
Yeah,
all
no, I
right,
think the
part
Sims
two.
still take care of themselves. Like in a
Hopefully,
couple of
hopefully, yeah,
videos,
simulations
you'll
just
see
runs.
like Sims from the neighborhood walking past your house. So obviously, they got to be doing something if they were walking past you. They couldn't just be like,
Yeah, hope. Oh, something happened to my video.
yeah, I went a little poo there.
Why?
I don't know. Maybe it's too much of a stress on your computer.
It's not fair. I'm a square now.
Oh, I see you, but the quality was reduced.
Why? Hi, camera. By the way, did you ever play SimCity?
A couple, like I think I played other people's SimCity. Like I never had the game myself.
Oh, I see.
So, because I would like hate when you'd have to lay down the plumbing pipes and the electricity. I'd be like, really? The water's not getting in every building. This is crap. I'm like redoing it and then
That is,
having to connect.
it's really funny that you say that because one of the many complaints about the new SimCity is that people were complaining they couldn't do that manually because all that was automatic.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Well, it was so hard for me to do it manually. Like I never
And
knew if I
people
had to
wanted
make the.
apparently to do it manually.
Oh, they must be pros. I'm like, do I have to do it every like grid, or is I kind of like space it out, kind of make it wider? No, apparently I can't. I have to go under this mountain to connect to the next city to get water. Like, what am I doing? Bridges, making bridges to connect electricity. And then
I
the
know.
tornado's going to come and kill everyone in my city anyways. So, what's the point? I've
Yeah.
played Tropico though, which is kind of
I did
like.
play Tropica too. The first one though.
I don't remember what number I played. El Presidente. I was a female president.
Oh, okay. I think you were playing one of the newer ones, right? Was it like 3D?
Which one just came out? 4?
The fifth
Oh, I think I played Tropico 3.
makes sense. I think the first two were 2D, and then the third one I think it was 3D already.
Oh, okay. Probably then.
I think.
There was like
Confused now.
challenges and you had to like go on these different maps and the easiest
Tropico
way to
3.
make money was from
It was
rum.
it was pretty cool because you could like kill people if you didn't like them. I mean, but they would get pissed at you. But
Yeah, so many people try to like assassinate you.
yeah. Oh yeah, I remember stuff from the Tropical one. Oh, I see. Yeah, it was 3D. All right. Yeah, it's basically you're like in Cuba, if you may. You handle Cuba. I don't know. That was a pretty interesting concept. SimCity was more about like urbanization and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And the new SimCity, oh man, that was, it was really hard to start like making videos about it because there are so many angry people in SimCity. Because you heard about like the launch, even if you don't play SimCity, you heard about the launch.
Yeah, and how it was like
It was worse than Diablo because no one could play. Like you would get in, right, and then stuff would like get stuck and it wouldn't work, and then kick you in a minute. But you were able to get in, so you get more frustration because it wasn't like I'll come back
Yeah.
when it works. No, it kind of works. So I tease you.
You're like, haha,
Yeah.
gave you 3 seconds. Bye.
That's not safe, by the way. Get the fuck out. So it's like, there's so many pissed people. I remember, like I would make a video about like just I don't know reviewing something, and just a bunch of angry people writing in the bottom like, oh fuck this game, like, like don't tell me, tell Maxis, I don't know.
Yeah.
And I hope that same thing doesn't happen with the Sim 4, because people complain about the toddlers and the swimming pools.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess I'm more relaxed. Like, toddlers to me was always, I never turn aging on in my families. Like, if I want to have children, I'll have children and then I'll have them have a birthday. Or before, like in Sims 2, I'd have to turn the aging on for just that limited amount of time to get them older.
Right.
Hopefully, no one else would get older too.
No
I'd be
one
like,
will
oh
die
no,
all
he's
of a
like an
sudden
old
because-
man now. Yeah, because the life expectancy was always so short. It's like, wow, it takes 3 sim days for you to become a child, and then your mother is gonna become a grandma in like 6 sim days. Holy crap! Like, I don't want to do that. So. I mean, and taller, when they changed it and everything, tallers is always that life stage. It's like, oh, I can potty train you and teach you how to walk. Otherwise, you have a horrible childhood.
Right.
That's kind of sad. Like, what else did you really do with the toddlers? You didn't. It was like for
Time sink, pretty much.
yeah, and for people who like the stories, though, that was like a really big important part of their
Yeah.
stories because they could have those moments where it's like mom and dad are teaching their kid everything that they need to know. But for me, I could care less. So it's like, oh, toddler, bye, birthday. You're a child now.
There's one less cake I need to buy. I
Yeah,
just pay
one
myself
less
40
cake.
sim bucks.
Yeah, can I just age everyone on the same cake? But and then like babies, a lot of people are complaining about the babies. I
What's with the
thought it was
babies?
gonna be, oh, you can breastfeed babies now, but you can't like
Wait, how would that work?
before you
I'm
you
just picturing like a baby
blur
clip,
blur out
like, right, but like a baby clipping through
the
you know.
clothes. It doesn't matter. It's going to be blurred out like when you get in a shower or you
Oh,
go to the
right. Well, it makes
bathroom.
sense.
Something's blurred.
Then
But
it's okay.
so yeah, the babies in The Sims were always kind of like they call them burritos. Like you couldn't really do anything. They were just like a little object that
A little
signified that you
burrito.
had a baby, and it would turn into like an older child. But so before babies couldn't do anything, you just kind of fed them until you could get them older.
Mm.
And in Sims 3, you could pick the babies up and walk around with them and set them down, and they'd crawl and cry and annoy the crap out of you. And so now, but everything, I guess they're back to burrito stage, and everything is limited to the crib. Like you have to go to the crib to feed them or go to the crib to interact with them, but you can't apparently leave the crib. Like the child is stuck there
Right.
in that little room set,
Right.
with wherever the crib is. Which people were like, "Oh my God!" Like they took toddlers away, and now they've ruined babies again.
Right. I think
And
yeah, I think well, stuff like that, or like the toddler, or the swimming pool, all that kind of stuff. I think it's very tied in with the thing that now Sims are like more aware of their environment and they can interact with each other regardless what they're doing,
yeah,
and so on. And I think implementing something as complex maybe as a toddler or a baby that can maybe scream and get others like to look at it or be affected by their mood and so on, then be depressed about it and so on. Maybe there is like so many things to bear in mind, right? To make them,
yeah,
be like they were before, that they were like, all right, let's not focus on, swimming pools for now. Let's not toddlers. Let's just
yeah.
let's go back to Sim 1 stage of babies. And
Well,
I
like
don't
they
know.
said, that for toddlers, they would have had to make entirely different animations for them
Of course.
to separate the toddlers from children so that they were like their own, there was a reason for them to have a life stage. They had their own separate stuff. So I'm assuming there will be toddlers eventually, but they have to record and make all these new and separate and different animations for them so that they're unique.
Yeah.
Babies probably are never gonna. Babies in real life can't do anything.
Right.
Like until they learn how to crawl, they
Yeah.
really can't do anything themselves. The people, the parents are doing everything for the baby.
Yeah.
So it is what it is.
Right, like on The Sims 3, you could like carry them with you, right?
Yeah.
And you
So
could
you
have
can't
like a
carry
stroller
them.
too, eventually.
No, there's no stroller.
Yeah,
I don't remember.
Yeah, there was one.
I didn't download that crap. I don't care
No,
about
no,
a
it was
stroller.
an expansion pack, like the.
I did not
second-
have all of the expansion packs. I
me
think I
neither.
had
But
Ambitions, World Adventures. World Adventures got tiring so quick. I hated having
that was a point and click adventure game. That was
go
not The
to
Sims.
Egypt to make me some falafel and then bring it back to me. No.
No,
thank you.
That is a shitty mission, and I apologize
That-
for the vocabulary, but that was a mission.
And it was like, okay. So I went to every one of them at least once, and I was like, man, whatever. And then I hated getting those stupid requests. Go and make me some. No, X. I don't want this. Stop sending it to me. I had Ambitions, Broad Adventures, Pets. Pets was fun for
didn't
about
get
10
Pets.
minutes. And then I was like, man, I take care of my pet in real life. I got to take care of this pet in the game. Feeding the pet. The pet will scratch up everything you own. Bark. You have to, and you can
Oh, man.
control the pets in Sims 3 to an extent. So if you want to live the
Right.
life of the dog, you make the dog go around and do all this stuff.
You
Dog
can
would
point
jump
them
on your
where to
bed.
go and-
Yeah, like you could say dog, like I'd be the dog, and I'd be like, click here and dig, or click here and pee, or click here and sleep, or click here and sniff so and so, and play with them. My dog would always jump up on my bed and prevent my Sims from sleeping. I had to shoo the dog off of the bed. Then I could go sleep. It wasn't like, oh, the dog can sleep with you. No, it wasn't like that.
Right, you were just
Dog
blocking
was
the
in
whole
your
thing.
way.
Right.
Yeah. Had to
Oh,
always
man.
constantly watch my dog to make sure she wasn't going to chew up my furniture. And if she was, I immediately like click switch. No chewing. Play with this toy.
Oh,
But
I really never really enjoyed the pet stuff on Sims. I did have it in The Sims 2. Didn't try in The Sims 3 at all.
yeah, I had it in Sims 2.
Sims 2 was annoying because you had like a ferret or something that would go to your trash bin and then throw it, and you have like garbage all over the place,
Oh.
and then you pick it up, and then the ferret, I want to shoot it, and but you couldn't do anything. There was nothing to do with it because it was just a wild animal you couldn't touch.
Yeah, I
And,
didn't know there was ferrets. I think there were hamsters, and it was like, ooh, a
it wasn't
hamster, and the
ferret,
hamster
it
would like
was one of those.
bite you. But yeah, so, but
There was something I don't remember.
it was stuff. But so, okay, so the babies are out. You have to go to the baby crib, and then toddlers are out, but they'll put toddlers in there. Pools were okay. Pools had a good side and a bad side. I could
Yeah.
never make the pool that I wanted. Even when they added like the shapes,
The
I
around the
tried
corner.
so hard to make like a figure 8 pool. I had to delete that thing so many times and remake it and change the width of the stupid corners. It never worked out. It was the most stupidest. I just
Right.
was like, no pool. And then like the drowning your Sims thing was big. A lot of people like to drown their Sims. I have drowned my Sims.
Yeah,
I've
everybody does
made
The
them
Sims.
into ghosts specifically.
Right.
You know, I
Well,
could probably
then they became
do-
smart. They could just climb out of the water.
Oh.
But
I
before
never
they were like-
understood why they couldn't just climb out. In real life, you can climb out of a pool without a ladder.
Every adult can do that. We know that fact, actually.
But not the Sims.
Right. Like,
Easiest
nope, well,
way.
there's no way I can get out. It's free, life is there, but I'm going to sink
Yeah.
in right now. 'cause
You get the what am I
That's
gonna do? But so on death though, it never worked for me. Like was it Sims 2 or Sims 3 where you could try to stop the Grim Reaper from taking your dead person? But it never worked for me. Oh, I think it was 2.
In
Like
the-
the Grim
in
Reaper would
2?
show up.
In 2, you could do it, and I think on the 3, you could like play chess against them, but you had to be like very good at logic. The third one,
Oh,
but I never did
never-
that.
because in 3, when people die, Sim fact, you must save your game. Oh my gosh. If you don't save your game and you play for 10 hours and then something stupid happens. I had a lifeguard sim in Sims 3 and a meteor strike hit the beach she was working at and killed her. I was like, no, she's not going to be a ghost. This is bull crap. I like exited out and restarted.
Actually, you know, because I did it like a million times. Like every time like they would die, I was like, well, I just lost my progress. I need to go out and come back.
Yeah.
And, you know,
Yeah.
I didn't save for the last day, maybe. But
The last day.
yeah, but once I played Brave, and I was like, all right, fine, because the guy died in a fire. He was a fireman, I think, in the Ambitions expansion pack. So I don't know how that even happened, but he died. Point is, and it was a family, and for like the first and last time in The Sims 3, I actually had a kid, right? So it was like a family. It was like a true family. And I was like, damn, do I reset and I was like, you know what? I think I'm gonna try to bring him back. So I Googled if that was possible, and apparently it is.
Yeah.
But you have to like max out fishing and cooking first, because
Yeah,
you gotta
you have
fish
to
the death
make
fish.
ambrosia.
Yeah, and the whole thing, it's a very big quest. And I was like, you know what? She's gonna do that for him. And and I started the trip, and it was too long, and he never came back to life. And that save game was never played again, by the way. Like, that was it. But that added a little bit of suspense to the story,
Yeah.
I guess.
Well, I never worked when I tried to get my Sims back from the Grim Reaper. And in Sims 3, I went over a house. Sim fact number 2. If you're playing at somebody else's house and they say that they're hungry, go back home, because you will kill them. They will starve to death in the middle of that conversation. I was talking to a vampire Sim. I went over to her house because I wanted her to turn me into a vampire. She literally starved to death while talking to me. I felt so bad. I immediately quit that game and reloaded it. I just couldn't. She turned into a pile of ash. There is no coming back from Sim vampire death. You turn into ash, and that is it.
Oh, really?
Yes. I was like, oh my god, I can't believe I just did that. But
it's
so in
funny
The Sims...
It's funny that you can push Sims to like One more last joke, although I don't think I'll make it.
Oh, and she didn't make it, and I really just wanted her to be my friend. I did not want to kill her.
See? Well, in the Sims 3, they could die because of a joke because they wouldn't have enough hunger to actually do the joke. Now they can actually die out of laughter. That's
Yeah, but you can like battle the. I don't know if it's really battling, but you can like battle the Reaper now.
the
In
fourth.
one video, or it was a post, the fourth one. Yeah, they were
Okay.
saying if you have enough confidence, you can like slap this
Ah.
iPad out of the Reaper's hand
Right, 'cause
and
he has, like,
demand
an
your
iPad.
sim, back to life. Or I was reading if you like complete this challenge to max out maybe your writing skill or something along the lines, you're so good that like you can write people back to life or something, use their story and like write them into. So I'll have to play around with that. I made a sim who's a writer, so we'll see how that goes. But
Interesting.
I'm like, oh my God, I can finally like actually it never worked before. I could never get the Grim Reaper to give me my sims back. And now maybe I can.
That'd be interesting, especially if, they're gonna laugh it out.
Yeah.
I hope the
But-
electrocution is back because that happened a lot in The Sims 2 or The Sims 1. They would die so often trying to fix a TV. Like,
Yeah,
And,
it still happened in 3, although
It was
I took the
extremely rare.
warning. I made my sim try to upgrade a hot tub, and she got electrocuted. And it was like, do not do anything with electricity for like a couple of days. I was like, okay.
right, it's like a warning in The Sims 3, right?
Yeah.
Instead of like dying, you get a warning, and then
I think if you do it twice in a row, then you're good. Then you're dead.
Right. That is
They
true.
try to save your life a little bit, but
Well, I played like The Sims 1 the other day, like because I made a Let's Play, and like the very beginning, I received one of those prank calls like you would get in The Sims 1. I don't know if you remember, like just random phrase that wouldn't mean anything. But I
Yeah.
remember like other times you would get like money, like you would win some kind of prize for no reason. And I was like, oh my God, I miss all that. Or you had like the genius, you could like get a wish for like,
Yeah.
I don't know, like work or fun, right? What is it? And you could get like cockroaches or a pinball machine, right? But you
Yeah.
never knew. I remember all that like wicked stuff about The Sims 1 that were kind of The Sims 2. And they were insisting they were gonna bring that back on The Sims 4. I don't know if that it's really like it, but because
Well-
they keep saying like weirder stories. I don't know why. It feels like somebody that is trying to sell themselves. Like, yeah, I know I'm really weird because I'm crazy. Like, yeah, you're not really.
yeah, I've made insane sims, and they just talk to themselves, or they run around like without their clothes on, stuff like that. There is something, I guess it's a little different, but they said that they're bringing back the chance cards that are related to your job that they used to have in Sims 2.
Oh right, I remember.
So you'll get like these random, like, hey, blah 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 blah,
Take the
will
money
happen.
or bring it back. Yeah.
Yeah, either good or bad things.
And it was like actually there was like a 50-50 chance of then getting a good or bad outcome out of whatever choice you picked.
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
pretty much random. Like you couldn't do anything about it.
I know. I'm like, man, why did I even pick this one then? I got fired. Or like, I
Right.
tried to be like doing the right thing, and they're like, F you.
Right. Oh, but you weren't working. Then you're fired. Thank you
Yeah.
for being so nice. But yeah, you're fired.
Yeah. Oh, too bad you worked all this hard for me, but you didn't do your job. So, and the jobs are different. So, because there's no rabbit holes, there's no police jobs, there's no politician jobs, there's no teacher jobs.
Wait. There is no rabbit hole. Are you sure?
For the
That's
sim.
what they're saying.
Yeah, there's no rabbit hole building. So,
how-
like
how-
before,
How do you work? Like,
okay, in
do you
Sims
disappear
3,
in midair, like on The Sims 2, or?
it's like The Sims 2 because of the closed world. Your sim left a lot, and then they
Leaves.
were a poof at work.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, but you can still do like do you want to work hard or do you
Right.
want to slack off? Do you want to talk to your friends? That's still there.
That's kind of like something I did like about this.
Yeah, I mean, they still did that. Even though your sim physically drove to the building in Sims 3,
It's the
they
same
still
thing.
disappeared
It's exactly
inside.
the same thing. Yeah.
Yeah. Unless now it was cool though because they had the options where like if you wanted to be I did pick a couple Sims that had jobs that you had to go with them. Like the lifeguard, you had to go with them and
Right. The
rescue people.
firefighter.
Yeah,
Yeah.
firefighter. So I would pick those, too. But if you picked a regular job, like a politician, you'd disappear in La La Land.
Although it makes sense. Like it would be very boring. It's like, all right, sign paper, sign paper, sign paper.
Yeah.
Like this is very
Stamp
boring.
paper, order latte,
Slack off. That's it.
fire you.
Yeah.
But the jobs are different though because there's no more like those core. There's no military stuff. So what the jobs are, every job has two paths, so you can go one way or the other. So you can be an entertainer, and you can pick either a musician or a comedian. You can be
a comedian.
Yeah,
That is
stand-up
funny.
comedian, make jokes. I wonder, but they're in Simish though, so you won't even know what they're saying. Yeah, or Arptibenuble or whatever it is that they say.
Only Charlie Brown is laughing at it. Yeah.
The Sims are laughing at it. So, and then you can be a writer, and then from writer you can be an author or a journalist. So you can write books or be a journalist. You can be a painter, so you can be a master of the real, but it's not spelled real. I think like a painter or patron of the arts. So I don't have like the details of what that actually means.
You're getting career rewards now, right? Like in previous Sims. Remember, like once you could get like the cow that would eat you. I saw the cow.
you get rewards for I think each level of the career that you go up. You get a reward, and then you can and then you unlock stuff that you can get from the catalog too. Yeah. And they're based on whatever career you pick. And so like the skills that you need are based on some careers share the same skill, like author and journalist are both writing, so you need to do writing, whatever to boost it up. But I think musician and comedian would need different. Like maybe comedian is charisma, whereas musician is you need to practice with the different instruments.
Right.
And you can be a secret agent, so that's the fourth one. So you can either be a diamond agent or a villain.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Right.
Then you can be a yeah. I think maybe secret agent, like in Sims 3, if you were in the police career, you could be a secret agent or whatever the other one was. I forget. Then you can be a criminal. I don't understand what an oracle is in the criminal career.
An oracle?
But it's either oracle or boss, like a criminal boss. Maybe we'll have to figure out what oracle
and
is.
the oracle would be like the guy who... Oh, you need a guy for... I know a guy who has guys. Yeah, I can get you a guy.
I mean, traditionally, oracles were people that could like see things, like see into the future or,
well, yeah, of
stuff
course.
like that. So that just is kind of
well,
weird.
maybe it's that guy you go ask, all right, so you know the thing about Pier 13? Yeah, I know.
Yeah. The information guy, maybe.
Right.
And then you can be an astronomer, and then you can actually have a rocket and blast off into La La Land space.
Oh, that's this damn rocket I keep seeing that it keeps bothering me. Like,
you can be a space ranger,
and you can clearly woohoo in the rocket because we saw in the first trailer ever. I think that's what I heard.
You can woohoo in other places too, but
sure.
new places.
Now you can do it without gravity in the rocket.
That would be interesting.
That would be weird.
Think about like the Sims would be floating in their spacesuit, whatever.
It's just like a very big cloud of pixelation.
Big blur.
But,
you can be so the astronomer. You can be a space ranger or a smuggler. So like space ranger is good, smuggler is bad. Culinary, you can be a chef or a mixologist. So your career could be making drinks, bartender.
That's cool.
And I saw the one video where she was like making a flaming drink, and she like had the lighter and like the flame all across the drink, which is cool.
I think I really like the ability to do that in The Sims 3 with nightlife. It's pretty cool they're putting it in as a base feature. The whole making drinks, especially if you can get like moodlets and stuff like that. You get like that skill moodlet.
It's like depending on. I never figured out like what drink did what. I'm like, these names don't give me any clues.
Oh, but most were like nothing. They were just like the spline reticulator. Sure.
Yeah, I thought some of them, like, hey, it said something about energy, so maybe I'll get energy boost, or like happy, maybe I got happy boost, but whatever.
Yeah.
Doesn't work. And then the last one you can pick, which is like a brand new career, is tech guru. So you can either
Interesting.
be a startup entrepreneur,
Oh, I'm so
or
going with that.
yeah, or you can be an esport gamer.
That is really interesting. They did that.
Yeah. So you can be a professional gamer, like all the
You
people,
can be a
on
professional gamer in The Sims 4. That makes sense.
YouTube. Yeah.
They're,
Like
they're
maybe
updating
play
themselves.
StarCraft player, like get paid for that in The Sims.
No, but that would be really cool because I could be a startup guy with a MacBook in a Starbucks, like everybody else.
Yeah, right. Or like I picked that for my sim character, I picked Geek, who like basically loves to play video games
Right.
and like likes to talk about things with other geeks. So I
Okay,
could
so
totally
I can
be
totally
Geek.
see which career fit. The politician one.
Oh yeah, there is no politician. But also, I guess they're not really considered careers. But like in The Sims 3, you could make your own career by either painting, you could be a self-made
Oh,
painter,
right.
or gardening. You could be like, you could sell your produce. And I think in Sims 4, the same thing applies to that. You can grow fruit and stuff and sell it, or fish and sell the fish.
You can make a living out of
Um,
it, but
yeah.
oh, you know what
If
I
you were
heard that I
lazy.
did like is that you could fish and then eat it right afterwards by just cooking it at a grill because you couldn't do it
Ah,
before. That was very silly. Like I got this fish, you gotta take it to an oven and learn a dish with a fish. Okay, then
oh yeah, true. You had
and
to
now
know
you
what
can
it was.
actually grill it. Like you can fish it and then eat it.
Well, that's cool.
That's more flexible. I like that.
Yeah, and then also like along with that, there's if you I guess maybe if it's a certain trait you have, but like in one video there was a guy who made a sim pick something off of a tree, and then you can do like genetics with the harvesting stuff, like the fruit, and maybe like
Interesting.
make a new plant or something.
Interesting.
Yeah, because there are traits for like botanists and stuff, and like that you pick for your sim that have to do with
Right.
that kind of aspect.
And that's a lot of the Sims 3 kind of play style, right? All this world between, say, just planting and harvesting and so on, and then
Yeah.
like fishing was a whole world in The Sims 3 as well. And I guess many people, including myself, maybe forget like all the other features that are gonna be in the game and all the stuff you're gonna be able to do.
Yeah,
And
and multitasking is so
oh, that's gonna be
nice.
so cool.
I mean, how
That and the fact that I'm not gonna get like die because they couldn't decide who's gonna go through the door first. That's gonna be
yeah.
like
Oh, only one of us can go up the stairs
yeah,
and it's a fire. Oops.
yeah,
Like I guess we both won't survive.
exactly. In The
Uh,
Sims 1, they would actually wait until they were completely upstairs. So like, oh no, we need like our distance.
in Sims 1, they would stand in the fire until they died. I mean, pretty much that's what it was. And I liked the things they did with every Sims. Like Sims
Mhm.
1 was the beginning, so you had nothing to fall back on. It was like, oh man, I'm in my house and I'm a Bob and Betty newbie
Right.
and I
But
gotta
that was
like
cool
learn
by the
everything.
time. I mean, that was really
Yeah.
fun.
And then Sims 2 was like, oh my God, I can get pregnant now and I can have kids and age up and stuff. That was awesome. And like Sims
Genetics.
3,
The Sims 3 was
huh?
more like open world experience. That was pretty much
Oh.
the introduction.
Yeah, I didn't care about the open world, but the careers that you could go to, that was cool. I liked that. Like having
Mm.
one person with the career you went to, and then the other ones had the runs that where they just disappeared because I can't manage all of you.
Right.
Lifeguarding at the same time. It's just
Yeah.
you're not smart enough to know what to do. Um, so in the four, so they brought back like the gardening and fishing and stuff, and the multitasking, like we were saying. It was so frustrating when you wanted them, you had to do everything one at a time. Like even when they were on the couch watching TV,
Yeah.
you could only do so many couch related
Couch
activities with them.
activities.
Yeah. Oh,
So
sitting
true.
around that couch, like
Yeah. Oh, wait. I can move to here. That is like
oh
all the
yeah, I
interactions you
can
would get.
slide over
Yeah.
and then you can sit down or like we
Which
can
was
cuddle on the
great from The
couch.
Sims 1 and 2 because on The Sims 1 they would actually like stand up walk out and
And
then walk back to the couch and sit
yeah,
again. And so they're slowly improving, I
yeah.
guess, in every iteration. But
And
yeah,
so it's cool. And then like, if you wanna you could learn all these different skills at once. Like you could
I
be on the
went square again.
treadmill. Oh, you went square again. You could be on the treadmill learning your athletic skill. You could be watching TV in front of you, learning the cooking skill. And you could be talking to your people next to you and they'd be building charisma if they still
Mm.
have all that stuff in there. So that was awesome. What else is new aside from multitasking? I think they said that did they say little kids could snuggle on the couch with their parents? I don't know. That just seemed like I just thought it's like I thought I heard that somewhere. It was weird. Maybe it's true. It could be true. Um,
I like
I
to see all that natural interaction between each other that they keep talking about. Like,
Oh yeah.
you know,
They're supposed to be smarter Sims. It's like a whole smart Sim technology. Well,
right.
they'll like remember stuff they talked about and like they'll continue on conversations from where they left off last time. And it'll just be like more natural. It won't be like so forced.
Yeah.
Or you'll be able to tell what they're talking about. Like I'm talking about bananas and I'm all
Like,
excited
yeah.
about bananas.
And that is exactly like all the interactions I was saying, like that is making all these, different age stages or maybe pool or stuff like that more complicated because they are complicated by themselves, right?
Yeah.
Because I mean, you
Yeah.
gotta make it so like from the couch I can be say maybe talking on the phone or be able to talk to that guy over there. You gotta make all that. You gotta make it able
Yeah.
to do that. So, but yeah,
And
I really want
it's
to see that.
Yeah, and like I do, and I understand people are like, well, whatever, ooh, multitasking, like I want my toddlers and stuff. But you got to remember, it's supposedly brand new technology. They started from like scratch. Yes, I never realized this, but The Sims 4 started out, they were intending for it to be an like an online Sims. And
Oh yeah.
we did have a Sims Online before. It
Mm-hmm.
was exactly
True.
like Sims 1, except for every Sim was a real person.
Well,
I
but
don't
with the
even,
system that they made for The Sims 4, it's actually possible because of this, small instances of neighborhoods.
yeah. So they wanted to be online, and I guess it wasn't working out for them, but
Hmm.
still, it's like all brand new technology with animations and all this stuff that they're putting in there to make them more like, emotive, more realistic, smarter, and being able to walk around each other
Right?
because they couldn't before.
They
Yeah.
couldn't.
Oh God, there's a cup on the ground. I have to go walk all the way around it.
Yes.
I just can't go over the cup.
Yeah, but
Blocking
in
me.
previous Sims they will die because of that cup in the floor. It's like,
Yeah, yeah. Or like they won't go to the sink right in front of them. They'll go into the bathroom and use the bathroom sink to wash the
right?
dishes or something.
I remember
Something like
like
that.
once because I don't know, I put like I wanted to be fancy, so I put like the kitchen with the dining stuff outside. Some Sims would actually go sit in the toilet
Oh.
before they would even try to eat outside. I was like, "You nerd, go outside,
Yeah,
damn it!
it's like,
I
do you
made it
not
for you."
realize that this is a part of your house? Yeah.
Like, of course, the toilet is closer, so I'm just gonna sit in the toilet. That's what matters.
Yeah.
And they would eat
Or
there.
I'll just stand and eat. Um, and the building, I so want the game to come out. I mean, even if people hate it, if you buy it from Origin, you can return it within like 24 hours. But the building, it's supposed to be like so much. You can move whole rooms
Yeah, the whole
at a
house.
time. The whole house. I hated that. I mean, every
Yeah,
time I would make a house, and I love making houses for my Sims,
yeah, but you
it
had to
would
very
be
carefully pick the
you
first.
had to plan it all out. I would make my houses and they'd be like 10 times bigger than they needed to be. And I'd be like, well, you know what? I don't feel like deleting all that. So they're going to live in a huge house that they can't even afford to live in because I had to fill it up with junk.
Right.
But like, and then Sims 3 did get better because at least you could pull and push the walls, but you
Right.
still had to, if you made something, you still have to delete stuff if you wanted
Yeah, you weren't
to
able
make
to
it like
move
a
it.
different.
Right. You could
Yeah, you
just
weren't
like
able to move it.
extend and then
Yeah.
yeah.
So you'd still have to do quite a bit of planning. And even like I would make houses that were based off of real houses and I'd try to get the dimensions and I'd be totally off. Totally off. I don't even know how in the heck that's even possible. But so it'd be like, oh, the bathroom. this
bathroom's like a
big,
mansion.
or it's like
Yeah.
this big. Oops. But so it'll be so much better. Like you could just move everything, and then like the furniture will move if it's too small for it to be on that wall. It'll like move, or it'll just pop into your inventory, and then you just go back into it and take it back out and put it,
Yeah.
where it fits.
Yeah, I look very
Um,
smart. Yeah, no, 'cause, I mean, it's for like dummies pretty much. You can just drag things around. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, and the roofs too. You can drag like the roofs, and you can move the windows and stuff. It does suck that everything's flat. There's no hills. I
Really?
did hear you could. Yeah, the lots are all flat.
All right, so they're ironing out, and I apologize for the pun, but all the complexities apparently in the game.
Well,
'Cause-
yeah. So I mean, so it's like people you can't unplay all the other Sims.
right.
If you could, then you'd be like totally fascinated with Sims 4 and everything they're doing.
That's a good
But
point.
so we all know, like, oh man, you can't make hills. You can't make, so it's flat. It's flat. There's no terrain you can mess with. So I guess maybe that's why they don't have pools also, because everything's flat. You can't make a basement. You can't make
Right.
a in between.
So many things. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. If you make a foundation, everything has to be on a foundation. But you can still somehow make a sunken in living room, which I've never. What is a sunken in living room?
I guess
Is it-
just walk in
like
and then you
step
have like a
down
lower
into
level.
it?
Yeah.
Yeah, you step down into it.
I've seen stuff like that. It kind of looks cool, but I feel like claustrophobic by looking at it.
Yeah, I
I'm
don't
like-
really know.
I'm lower than the water level. Like,
I
like
had to go down a
if it
couple
rains,
steps.
this is gonna be full of water.
It'll be a pool. There you go. It'll
There
be
you
a
go.
pool.
There
It'll
you-
rain. They'll come out with Sim Seasons, and then it'll rain. You have a skylight, and it'll rain in your sunken living room, and you'll have a pool.
There you go.
Yeah, so that'll be cool. So we have to wait till the game comes out so we can play with that and stuff. But
Yeah.
I know there's more stuff in the game though that they put in there, but I can't remember.
I'm still square.
You don't like to be square?
I don't like to be a square.
Pablo doesn't
Square
want to be
pants.
a square. There is no more square pants. That's canceled. Poor SpongeBob.
I never watched it.
I pause the game like every 30 seconds to command them to do what I want them to
Oh.
do. I'm like, you want to go to the shower? Nope. Pause. Unclick. Unclick.
It's okay. You're
Okay.
you're control freak, but that's what The Sims is for. So.
I make sure that free will is the one low.
Right.
Low free will.
Low. I keep it in high, but I keep canceling everything. So I'd rather like
well,
fight with them.
True.
So-
You can. Well, I don't know if it'll be the same. In The Sims 3, you could take the free will off for selecting, but leave everything else high.
True. The active sim would get like dumb.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
Like, they're all-
actually very handy. Yeah, so you wouldn't like, no, I wanted you to go take a shower, damn it. And
Yeah.
yeah, but the other ones could survive. That was important, that the other ones could survive meanwhile.
Meanwhile.
Because,
Although, I don't know, like I would go over to Sims houses for parties and they would leave like the baby on the floor the whole time. I'm thinking, if they die while I'm here, I don't even think I can keep coming over their house
Yeah, it's like-
anymore.
they
the
don't
kid
care,
would just
like,
be
yeah, the baby's
crying
there.
all day long.
like, it's
You
funny
don't
'cause
care
they
about
don't
my-
care. They don't really care. They're like, you know what? Gonna go to sleep.
Yeah, right. They'd leave the kid there, and then like the guests would be the ones taking care of the baby. Story
You're
progression,
really
my
funny.
ass. All right,
Yeah.
that's cool.
All right. Cool.
I may do sim plays. I mean, I will do sim plays, but they might be just weird.
Control. Oh, well, that is perfect. That fits perfectly with the line that we have here already. So.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, you're definitely gonna see her doing Let's Plays. Hopefully, when The Sims 4 comes out, we'll see if there's also a cast Let's Play. I'm definitely putting those up because I'm really like trying out everything about the cast. And again, you have a video already available to watch. I already have another one recorded. I have stuff from SimCity 4 that I still have to put out. Oh man, but there's so much. But yeah, that is all. This was officially the first episode of The Girl Biting the Cable podcast, the SimNation Podcast, and that was Fallon right there. and I'm Pablo, and I will definitely see you next time. Oh, this is the most satisfying thing ever. We are God in SimCity 4. Wow, that was loud. Oh yeah. These road trips, man, are killing me. Anyway, let me know whenever we are recording. Hi, and welcome to another episode of Extended Play. I'm your host, this is Stuart, and that is a fancy, fancy sign. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.